Hello everyone, my name is Sky and I am a child sexual assault advocate, social worker with my master's, and today I'm going to be sharing my personal grooming experience. And if you've seen my other videos, you know a little bit about my story, but I also recently did a video on what grooming is, so definitely watch that video. I'll link it. I think it's really important to understand these different tactics that predators use to lure children and adults into these horrendous cycles of abuse. So thank you for watching, and also don't forget to go subscribe to my newsletter, and that on there on my website I post a lot of information about child sexual abuse awareness, education, prevention, and some helpful tips as well on self-care and other matters as well. When I was 3 years old, I started getting abused by my grandmother's boyfriend, and this was a very slow process. I knew him from the day I was born. He was in my family's life, and he dated my grandmother from when I was, before I was born, to when I was 8 years old. So he was in my life for a long period of time and was able to build trust and give gifts, and it's almost like buttering up a child before you target them for horrific crimes. And that really is, in essence, what grooming means. My perpetrator was very much able to isolate me, and because I was shy and petite, I think I was definitely an easy target for him, unfortunately, through no fault of my own. And with gaining that trust, I began to not question any of the things that he was doing to me. He made it very clear as well that if I told anyone what he was doing, that I would be in big trouble. And I didn't know what that meant, but I knew it wasn't good. And the difficult thing about child abuse is when you're going through it and you're experiencing it, a lot of the time you're so young that you don't even understand or have the knowledge of what is actually happening to you. You don't have the terminology yet, which is why I think education is so important. And I advocate for awareness and Aaron's Law to be passed, which has been in 38 states and enforces protocol for teachers and students to be educated about consent and age-appropriate things regarding. But he desensitized me to like sexual content through like physical touch things, such as like playing with my hair and touching my thigh, and progressively each occurrence got worse, but it was slow and prolonged to the point that I was immobile because I had a freeze response, which a lot of people do in response to sexual assault or child abuse. Unable to fight back, unable to understand what things I could say to make him stop, because I would say stop, I would say no, I would say all of these things, but I would get hurt worse whenever I said those things. So you, as a child, learn to complain less, learn to just comply, so that it is over faster. And unfortunately, that is what a lot of survivors and victims of sexual assault and child abuse do. in these types of situations. I was also groomed in another situation when I was 15 years old. I ended up being sextorted online, which I have multiple videos about sextortion, so I'll link those and you can go watch those to understand a little bit more about what that means. But before I was being sextorted, this person was really just trying to befriend me, was trying to get to know me and get me to share things. And with that information that I shared, used that against me to then blackmail me into sending sexual images that I did not consent to taking or sending. And that is also a form of grooming, that process of him talking to me and gaining my trust. There are so many different types of grooming. There are so many different ways that someone can groom someone, and for so many different reasons as well. Luckily, I have been able to get the help and assistance that I needed through those experiences, and have come out as a strong social worker dedicated to make an impact and change for the children of the future. But there are lots of people that aren't able to come back from that amount of pain and abuse and suffering, and that is absolutely heartbreaking, which is why I think it's so important to continue sharing this information and educate and use my story to help others feel less alone as well. So thank you so much for watching, and if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. But thank you. Bye.